Today we're at the Titleist Performance Institute, about to get fitted today by one of the fitters. Just check everything on my specs, just make sure everything's good to what I play. But I've been looking forward to coming here for a while because I actually get a behind-the-scenes feel with the people that work for the best companies that I play with, and really get a behind-the-scenes feel what's going to be best for my game. So let's get it going. We're here in the back of the fitting facility. As you can see, they have kind of their own little course operation here, so you really get an in-depth feel and kind of analysis of your game, and really down to the bone development with each shot and each club. So it's going to be really good to see what kind of information I get today gathered compared to what I play now, if it's correct for my game now, or if I need to switch some things up. But I really look forward to doing this, and it should be a good day.
You've got ball speeds here with your 7-iron, 20, 23, 16, 16, 21. So your ball speeds are a little more this way than you want. Now, we measure your vertical height two ways. We're measuring it in feet, and we're measuring what's called landing or descent angle. Landing angle is defined as the downward fall of your golf ball from peak trajectory down. So we're measuring from that peak height down to the ground.
Okay.
We're doing that in degrees.
Okay.
At sea level, no wind. You're at sea level. These are no wind numbers. We look for a range ideally between about 45 and 50 degrees.
Okay.
So you're high in the window, which is good. It gives you the ability to stop the ball in the front of the green. So if I take you somewhere and I elevate the green or front it up with a bunker and I put the pin in the front quadrant, you have sufficient height to come in and get access to that pin. So if your landing angles get too low, you struggle getting into the front of the green.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, in a perfect world, you want all your clubs to have the same, if not similar, peak height and landing angle.
Okay.
So here's your 7-iron, here's your 5-iron. Good. Here's your 5-iron, there's your 4-iron. Good. Okay. Now, as a player, you think of the club and the distance. Okay. You think of your 7-iron goes X, your 6-iron goes X plus, your 8-iron goes X minus. In our world, we think of velocity. So in a perfect world, though golf is an imperfect sport, there should be 5 miles an hour variance of ball speed between each iron.
Okay.
So it's the change in the velocity that gets you the change in the distance.
Sure.
So when your 7-iron goes X, your 6-iron goes X plus 5 miles an hour, your 5-iron goes X plus 10,
Sure.
and your 8-iron will go X minus 5. And within that club, you want to be flat. So here's your 5-iron, 127, 128. Excellent. See how you have same distance. Good. Where this is 165, this is 183, because at your velocity, and you've got a lot of velocity, you swing fast. You should have greater than 20. Well, this isn't even 20. This is 18.
Yeah.
But you should have, really, at your speed, you should have about 24 yards between these two clubs.
Okay.
Okay. Now, 128, 131. Okay, pretty close. The last one was 132, 193, 199, 183, 196. So that seems reasonable to me. I think you should have about 14 yards kind of between clubs at your speed and your height score. Okay, now I'm not saying to change, I'm defining who you are. Okay, I'm not an instructor. Sure. Okay. So when we look here at attack angle would be defined as the club is swinging parallel to the ground at moment of impact at 0.
Okay.
Positive numbers going up, negative numbers going down.
Okay.
Two clubs are engineered by every manufacturer to produce optimal flight conditions with what's called an ascending stroke, which is hitting up on the ball, driver and a putter. Every other club in your bag should have a varying degree of descending. So when you look here at your 7-iron, you don't have much descent. You're only hitting down about a little over a half degree. So the longer the club, generally, the further you stand from the ball. The further you stand from the ball, the shallower it gets. This is about 9/10. You can see how this one's flat. Okay. That's why you have the tendency to hit the ground behind the ball.
Okay.
Because your club is coming in at a very
Shallow.
shallow angle. So you know, the more the ball sits tight to the ground, you don't have as much angle to be able to hit ball than turf. So tendency is going to hit turf before ball or hit thin, and in between you get good shots. And we look at PGA Tour average, ascending. So shorter clubs, steeper. Okay, the longer the club is, but nevertheless still down. My hypothesis about your clubs, so not about your swing, because you got two choices: clubs fit you or you adapt to it. I think your clubs are too long.
Too long?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's why the longer the shaft, the shallower you get.
Okay.
Conversely, the shorter the shaft, the steeper you will be. I think your clubs are too long. Now, a couple things. That seat taper 115 is being pulled off their line for the next year. Okay, due to the pandemic. You know, they're just issues, especially in steel. And so all the manufacturers have decided on their own, and I'm sure they've consulted with the manufacturers. They can't carry as many SKUs.
Okay.
They're going to have less SKUs because as a manufacturer, we can't sell clubs if I don't have a shaft, especially in steel. So they're every company's taking a look at their inventory of their SKUs and going, okay, where's our top 6 that we sell? And that's probably the 6 we're going to make. Seat taper is out for next year. So it's not going to even be an option.
Okay.
So we'll have to find something else that works. But I do think your clubs are too long.
Okay.
My hypothesis a little bit too is your clubs are too light. Now I know you said you like light, but
That was also another thing that crossed my mind. Maybe they are too light.
well, because you're fast, you're strong. PGA Tour average is 95 here. You're at 88, so I mean you're quite quick. And the object is not to slow you down. And also the object of going to heavier in shaft isn't to slow you down. It's just to put some weight in there so you can feel where the club is.
Yeah.
I'd like to explore going to some heavier shafts. Now, data we can certainly say A is better than B or B is better than C. What I can't is, and what's subjective is feel, but this is where you'll have to help guide me and go, hey Glenn, that feels good, or hey, it doesn't feel good. If it doesn't feel good, out it goes. Okay?
Yeah, you're fine. You can go up there. Okay. So cool.
I know that's just 2 shots, but feel the shaft. Better, same, or worse?
Better.
Better. Okay. So you're at 115.
Okay.
This is 132.
Okay.
Okay. Had a little faith to it. Have you ever played Nippon products? Like Modus or anything?
Looking at your setup here, see how it appears.
Yeah.
See how different that is?
So this looks like more of the setup for
And
the
it's
driver.
probably the
But remember,
difference
your
between
driver
the
is.
So, what do you think that would feel before you No, as far
So
as dynamics.
if I get a little
so
more
remember when I
leveled,
showed you it was 90?
this looks like I have an angle now
What did it feel?
hit down. So see how much lower your right is than your left?
Yeah.
And it could be due to your eye too. But you might try just get
Down a little bit. Drop
yeah,
a little bit.
just feeling a little bit this way.
Okay.
And then get your vision where you can see good.
Yeah.
But let's just try to get your upper body where you're.
Position a little bit better.
Yeah.
Okay. Drop it a little bit.
In terms
like the
of
right
just
side's a
trying
little
to
higher.
stop the ball faster on a green, you would consciously want to do that.
Can you go a little more?
Because if you're trying to play to a carry number, and if it's coming in more shallow, it's not going to stop
It's okay.
at that
Try it
carry
again.
number. So
So I came to this conclusion years ago, having done this for about 30 years. But one of the reasons golf is so hard is rarely do you look like you feel, and rarely do you feel like you look.
Yeah.
let me plug the LZ back in.
Definitely, that is true.
Just grip down, just touch more. There you go, right there. Right. That's it, Scott.
Sounded really good.
That might have been the most solid shot I've hit this year.
Okay, come on back.
Because when you start hearing that mountain,
Yeah, up again. Yeah. You think I'm maybe too forward in my stance a little bit?
It could be, but to me, it just looks here. It
That
just,
weight, yeah.
Yeah.
See, it even feels like for me when I'm trying to do it, I'm going down towards like uncomfortable. But I don't know, maybe that's
Again,
It wasn't quite as good as the first one.
the golf ball doesn't know about comfort. All it knows is what the club
Exactly.
tells it to do.
they're probably minimal, at least in terms of what you're doing.
Just exaggerate one for me. Really feeling like your right shoulder's higher.
Most people really can't, but
There you
it's
go.
more of those subtle
Then hit the
differences
ground
that
for
you
me.
can kind of get picky with.
Right idea, but no ground. So, I mean, every player leaves here with homework. Okay.
Definitely.
There's that old saying: if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there.
Exactly.
So, here you were 7-iron at 119.
Okay.
Remember looking for about 10 miles an hour difference, 5 per club, going from 7 to 5. There's 129. There's your 10 miles an hour. Well, look where you were. You were at 1 degree down. 3. Much, much better. So your 5-iron went 183.
192.
Yeah.
Go on that one.
You hit down enough. Hold on. You hit down enough. Come on back. You hit down enough, but you didn't hit the ground. I think the reason you don't hit the ground is you're fearful of the ground.
Yeah.
You're fearful of the ground because when you did hit the ground, you were more apt to hit the ground behind the ball. I think getting that setup is going to move the bottom of your swing forward, so you don't need to be fearful hitting it behind it.
Well, my biggest thing is turf interaction because I shattered my hands when I was younger, so I have a lot of joint pain and wrist pain in my hands.
Does this shaft?
That's where I went with these shafts to
Yeah.
kind of help a little bit with the lighter and just kind of not have to swing to get the ball in the air. That was just my thoughts. I mean, it
Well-
couldn't be the right direction. But
Well, to some degree that could be true. However, if you're still not descending enough or ascending, it
Not
doesn't
gonna
matter.
matter,
It doesn't matter what shaft I'm giving you. You know what I mean?
I think me, the where you're positioning me, it feels really kind of hard on my back, that tilt. So I think that's where, just because my back issues come into
Okay.
play, where I think I set up where it's more comfortable for me.
Okay.
It's kind of like I'm just making do with what I have to
Right,
play. You
right,
know? It's
okay,
like,
fair
I know
enough.
it might not be the best.
No. Fair
That's
enough.
just where with my
Where your body
I got
is.
a pretty jacked up body for a 33-year-old.
Where your body
Unfortunately,
is.
so
Okay. There you go.
I like the feeling of that other shaft a little bit better.
Yeah.
That S400 one. Yeah.
It's the same weight, but it's a little softer.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, I'll take it back. So we're running into the same problem and issue that we saw with your 4-iron. There's your 5 to 4, and your 4 starting to go ascending.
Mm-hmm.
It's going ascending.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. No worries. Okay, come on back. Still not much down,
Mm-hmm.
but now I got a wider width that gives me the speed.
Yeah.
Let's go again. Because when you hit that 4-iron low, it's more apt, or thin, it's more apt to go a little low.
This club needs to be as close
So
to
the
that
last two, 137, 137. I said they go left, right, but they go the same distance. 204, 205. 45 land. Right foot stays down through the through swing. You're trying to get the bottom of the swing to go back. We're trying to get the bottom of your swing to go forward. There you go. See how much higher that is?
got done with the fitting session, so found a couple things I'm gonna be changing in the clubs. Gonna be going to some different shafts in the irons, cut them down a little bit, go a little bit shorter because my clubs are a little bit too long for me. Other than that, change a couple things in the wedges, so I'm gonna change, buy a couple different wedges, see how the balance helps me out. Other than that, he said I was fit pretty good for my driver, which is what I already knew. I mean, I hit my drive very good. So no improvement there, but as far as the wedges, it is important because those are your scoring clubs, so definitely going to see how that helps and probably go get some new wedges. Thank you for coming by the channel today, seeing a little fitting video. I know it wasn't as entertaining as usual, but it was more about the behind the scenes footage of what goes on into fitting. And here at the facility, Titleist, really nice. These guys are amazing, so I hope you like it. Thank you.